Hello, and welcome back to Jody Lewis Creations. In today's video, we are working on week number 8 or 9 of the full deck challenge. I'm just getting my planner here so I can say what week we're on. 8. And it is purple with white splatter. Excuse me. So we're just gonna go to P, pull a card, and do purple with white splatter. I do not have a plan. I have my Lindy's Magicals here. Ooh, sorry, I know that was loud. And there is, where is it? Petticoat Plum. And Rhoda, you and I kind of talked about these the other day. So let's just see what they do. So I have to be able to open them. My hands don't want to grip. There it goes. I've been in the kitchen all morning and my hands hurt. They're like, what are you doing, lady? Oh, well, I just got some powder all over my table. Oh, even more right there. Okay. Well, let's just spray that and see what it does. Right on the mat, which means I'm gonna have to dry this right away. Oh, no, it's called plum. Is that really plum or is that pink? That kind of looks like fuchsia to me. So I can see why you would want this in a shaker. Ooh, I am gonna dry that and then I'm gonna come back, and do another layer. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. Okay, towel. Oh my gosh, so pretty. I think we need to do something and mop that up. I do not want to waste that for sure. Clean this up. This is what was on the table, but it's like a mica, so it's just sticking to my finger and not that. So let me dry it. It is the next day. I ended up spending 3 hours on the phone yesterday, and I just was playing around with this when I was blabbing on the phone and then with Mark later, and I stopped here. So what I did was I did the petticoat plum with you, and then I was on the phone and it was wet and I was like, let's add some Apothecary Azure to it. So with a dry brush, I stuck my dry brush into the powder and like tap, 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 like a splatter technique. And then I sprayed it with water and it's got the most amazing color. And then this is some just purple ink splatter, like acrylic ink that I just right off of the dropper out of the bottle. I just shook it. And then it was like almost dry. And I was like, So, talking to Mark, right? I just take the tweezer tips and so I got some like little scratchy marks on there. I want to do that again with wet ink because I like that little scratchy effect. I wish I'd thought to do it before these were as dry as they were, but they were just air drying, and Chloe was in here and I was afraid she was going to jump up here. So, and then on my phone, I took my black, oh my gosh, that's not black, Jody. It's purple. My purple micron, and I right hand doodled around where the azure color was. And then I was like, I'm going to left hand doodle around it. So I left hand doodled around it. And then I right hand doodled some more to put some more marks on it because I was just on the phone and mindlessly doodling on this. So that's where we are. I don't have and I got some of the ink, liquid ink on this mat, and I mopped it up with this, and it's the perfect color for this actually. So this I'm going to put back in the Rolodex for another day. I still, I do have my bleed proof white out here, but I'm wondering if I want to use bleed proof white or if I want to use something that like my just regular white that I know is going to pick up some of this color just for the interest. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So that's where I am. This is not going to be a very long video. I do wish though you would have seen this part. I almost tried to recreate it and then I was like, no, I don't have time for that. This is Sunday morning. I have to get this video up for you guys. And oh my gosh, this is the full deck challenge. So we need a postcard, we need a ticket, I need my carry forward from last week, and last week was what? Last week was dark blue. So do I want to continue with the music? Because doesn't that kind of feel like it's a constant now? I could carry forward a word or a phrase. I don't know. The white splatter is not really carry forward because that's a prompt. So, not sure. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I have to say I'm really not liking a postage stamp on this week's make. I'm really not. I am really struggling with the composition of that. And I opened up my thing of words because I had done my butterfly out. Ooh, talk about that in a second. But I opened up my book of words and let it fly away. And that's so appropriate for me right now. I'm trying to let go of some things that I cannot control because the stress is driving me crazy. But anyway, so I have this purple ticket and I was like, do I want to use purple? And then I'm like, yes, I do. And because I've got some pink and purple thread here that I'm using behind my little dude. Oh, these are some butterflies that I've cut on my Cricut. And I pulled out 3 different sizes and I did some stamping with Dusty Concord and, oh, Jody, what was the other color? Seedless Preserves. And just to give the butterfly a little bit of interest and just almost like a texture to him. Her, I don't know. The butterfly. And this I'm going to put on here. And like I wasn't at first, but then my threads were getting lost in the background. And I don't even want to cover that background. Like I'm really struggling to even cover the background because I really like it a lot. But so what I was going to do is just kind of put this over here. And then I'm like, oh, I really love that background. And I really want to be able to see the background. So I'm struggling with it. So in Let It Fly Away is going to be my phrase. And oh, thank you. I can have my chair. Chloe just jumped down. She's been laying in it for a couple hours. Anyway, and I think I'm going to put my phrase on here somewhere. Again, I don't want to cover the background because I really like all the interest in the background. I mean, I just like the background as its own piece. Like now I'm like, okay, maybe I do start an art journal because that is a really cool technique. And maybe I do do an art journal because then when I do something like this and I'm like, oh, I love that technique, go to the art journal, do it, then I have a record of it. Even like that one, I really like that one. You guys were so funny on that one. It was kind of, I think it was like a piece that some of you were like, oh, I love it. And some of you were like, yeah, not so much. Which is totally fine because it's outside the box for me too. But anyway, I just thought it was fun. I'm just putting a little bit of glue on here. I want to get these threads held on to my ticket. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and glue the ticket down because I know that's going there. I have to be careful because that's a sticker. I'm going to end up with sticking my word down and not where I want it. So yeah, I do really love that background. And look, I'm covering up my favorite thing. Do I like it on this side better? I don't. I really like it on this side. Not that it matters. I mean, oh, I gotta watch how much my butterfly sticks out. I'm gonna have to cut the ticket, which is fine. We can do that. So I'll get that cut. And then I have a couple of stamps here, and I have this little piece of music, and you guys know how much I love these little treble thingies. And I thought about just making a little tab with it. I know I just did that on light blue. I made a tab, but I really like the treble clefs. And then I'm like, well, do I just stick one somewhere, like peek it under on the leaf or something? That's a thought. I don't know. And then I'm just using it to use it because why? I could make the word my carry forward, but I am trying to use music in each of these, but with this background, my problem is I just don't want to cover the background. I just don't. I really like it. I could do something with it down here in the corner, and then I'm not covering it. Okay, so I don't really care about this guy's face. I like Oh, I could cut that in half. I know, I'm waffling. I am totally waffling. Cut him in half because I don't care about his face. I'll use him somewhere else. Then my postage stamp is poking out right there. Okay. Do it this way. I can trim around that. It's on there. So it's just kind of like a little bitty collage down here in the corner. I think we can do it. I don't think that takes away too much from this. I don't know that it says balanced to me. So maybe I put him over here, underneath here. Yeah, and then Italian is just poking out there. It's just a little bit of interest. Okay, we can still have our word. I can still have my little treble clef peeking out somewhere. Look, it can peek out right there. It's not taking away too much. It's just kind of peeking out. Okay, we're gonna do it. And then all I have to do is find a place for my word. Yeah. So everything's glued down. I kind of hid the treble clef back there, and the postage stamp is here with my phrase, and that way I'm not covering this because I love it. Now what I do need to do is, I'm just gonna use this. Oh, look at that. The scrap jumped out at me. It said, pick me, pick me. I'm going to cover my collage there. And this, I decided I just want to use the Artist Loft White because I just want to see what, honestly, I just want to see what this background does with the white ink. I already knew I was going to need to wet that a little bit. I don't know what I'm thinking. Well, hello. No, I don't want that. This is like, hello, cooperate. Thank you. So then this needs to dry. Do I want that on my butterfly? I do. I just want it everywhere. Maybe. Everywhere but on my paper. It's okay. Well, the white splatter is there. And so that's going to dry. I'm almost certain we're never going to see that splatter when it's dry. But we'll see what happens. I'm going to set it aside. And then what I will do is I'm going to let it dry. And I guess I'll say in the comment, I can just dry it. Just dry it. It did what I thought it was going to do, but not bad. Are you shaking? Stop shaking. I love it. So I wish I had not had my word in there, that I would have pushed it up a little bit more to not cut it, but it's part of the nature, I guess, of doing the Rolodex cards and thinking about things after you stick them down, because why would I think about it before I stuck it down? But I do really like it. I really like it. I like that this white acrylic ink is sitting on top. Like, it's pulling the color a little bit, but you can tell it's white splatter. Like, and there's a pretty big one right there. So I really like the piece. It makes me happy, and I am going to just enjoy it. So what happens is it goes under P. And in case I haven't told you, and I don't know if I have told you, when I make a new card, I leave it open to that new make for, you know, until I do the next make. Now, I do have to do the e-prompt for the hashtag ABCJLC challenge. So I'll be pulling those, so the e-prompt will, you know, come into play before long, because I've got to get that filmed, edited, and uploaded for you. But that one really makes me happy. I needed that today. I needed the bright cheerfulness of it. So even though I meant to finish it yesterday, I'm not sad that I had to finish it today and let it fly away. These are my worries. Goodbye, worries. Goodbye. All will be well in the world soon. Okay, I don't know. I'm just pep talking myself. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you are working on something that makes your heart happy, brings you some joy. little bit of brightness in the darkness for me today. So thank you for being here. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Oh, and if you are trying to join the Facebook group, please answer all the questions. I will decline you with feedback. If I decline you with feedback and say you didn't agree to the group rules, that's basically saying, hey, go back and answer the questions. And I try to let the requests sit there because I know sometimes I don't see the questions right away. So then I'm like, oh, I need to answer questions, like if I go to check on it or whatever. So I give grace there thinking, well, maybe somebody's going to come back and check it and see they haven't answered the questions. And I had like the person answered one question. So that person I just totally declined because I was like, no, that's ridiculous. And I do the questions because I want to make sure it's not spam or whatever trying to come into the group. I'm really trying to keep the group safe for everybody. So I just wanted to say that. Anyway, off to the next make. I still need to finish my Corey project. I need to finish infirmary. I have to do the E for ABC JLC prompt because it's time for E to be done. I can't believe we're already on E. And yeah, so just know that I'm totally floundering over here. I'm trying to create content for you guys, but I truly do just come and sit down and stare at my table. And then I'm like, oh, well, okay. Let me move this from here, move it to here, and then nothing's getting done. So that's why I haven't had much content. So please bear with me as I try to get it together and get myself together here so that I can film for you. Okay, I will see you guys later. Thank you. Bye.